I'm Ian. So, hello everyone, and welcome to another very special session of The Cat's Meow, a a colorful rendition of Hamlet using only cat sounds.
I'd watch it.
Yeah, I'd probably watch
I
it too,
know,
probably.
it actually has a much bigger market than what we're about to do. Hello, welcome to Dungeons and Dragons.
Does that mean we're the Aristocats?
Oh, you all, pretty much all of you are nobles, so yes.
Awesome.
So last time you guys went to the mountains of, no, you were in the wise mountains of Haval, and you finally met the other party that was there, that had been throwing people in your way and convincing half dwarf, half spider people to actually eat you instead of them. You captured two of them, and the others escaped. And you've discovered that the other party was of House Hujin, a house that's renowned for their Indiana Jones-esque archaeology, aka tomb raiding, and their rather large library of items and things due to their extensive tomb raiding. Having defeated them, you finally talked with the Baelnor, a lovely old woman, a lovely old woman druid, who gave you a rundown on the different artifacts you guys wanted to look at. After much deliberation and discussion, you guys decided that you were going to go for part of the armor of the Dragon Emperor in the hidden valley, the eastern part of the mountains of Cran. Now, if you turn your attention to the map, you'll notice I've added a bunch of color-coded circles, because circles are grand.
Oh, snap.
And each one of those is a location of part of the artifact sets. Some of them you actually know what they are. Most of them you just know what area they're in. But you guys decided to go back to the Imperial capital to stock up, spend your money, and consider your next course of action before going into the hidden valley in the mountains of Cran, which is actually a pretty long journey.
You guys have been busy.
Yes, and your character has been murderous, but I tried not to have them do anything too outrageous.
Thank you.
Now, you do actually have two people in the party who can craft stuff. You have Chelsea, and Frosty can pretend that he has someone who crafts for him.
That actually makes more sense than.
Also, you guys are even with Frosty's ridiculous bluff, you might start getting iffy about how he can just walk into a group of people, have one of them start laughing, and the others start, to compel others to do what he wants.
I mean,
So,
we also got hasted. Or some of us got hasted.
yeah.
And the feather falling before that.
I don't
So
really know.
Frosty, if he's not really trying to conceal what he's doing. He's just trying to see.
I'm
if
not
you're
trying
smart
to
enough.
not use it, but I
Yeah.
am trying to not make it obvious.
So I'm going to say that you guys can start being mighty suspicious, and
What
then
would,
you're gonna.
would make that suspicious though? Like, don't we all have like cool powers or whatever? You know what I mean?
Yes, but he's pretending he doesn't have cool powers, and he's giving.
So we just think he's human? Is that what the whole charade is?
As
Well-
far as anyone knows, he's just a guy with a spear and his charisma against the world.
He's a good-looking guy with a spear. and not
Okay.
a powerful sorcerer.
We could have a meeting and say, you know what, this is starting to get too dangerous for just a common prince. I think it's time that we sat him down and said, hey, I don't. You should consider your safety, Prince.
Go home.
Go home,
You'd
yourself.
only be a burden.
Go home. Yeah. But I also so the question I have for you guys is: all of you have lovely little pawns, I have just had holding down the fort, as you got the metaphorical fort, as you guys have been out adventuring.
Pawn.
So
yeah.
yes.
I forgot.
Effectively the loyal agents you have. So the question is, now that you guys have a bunch of artifacts scattered throughout the realm to try to track down, do you want your pawn to keep on making sure that your job in the court doesn't suffer too much? Or do you want to create teams of pawns to investigate stuff so that they can scout areas?
So, I know you and I had talked about the pawn system. So,
Yes.
do you want to tell us? Is there a level that we need? Amount of levels of pawns that we need to send? For example, if I have 5 pawns at level 2, then I have 10 levels of pawn, right?
Yes.
Do you have missions like that? And are you going to tell us what that level is, or are we just guessing?
Now, if you actually the amount of pawns you need for a mission to be pawn levels, quote unquote, you need for a mission to be successful is a hidden number.
Okay.
But I will give you, like, if you send just 2 levels of pawn, like a level 2 guy, and you're like, hey, retrieve this dangerous artifact, he might get there, take a look at things, and come back and report about what he saw. He might not actually be suicidal enough to try to brave the terrible area. Now, you can send them definitely to scout, and if you guys actually want them to get an artifact, like let's say later on, where you're just saying, we need to try to secure this, but we also really need to try to secure that, you can create a team of pawns and send them off and see if they're successful. So that one you'll be able to gather information to figure out how dangerous something like this is. I'm not just going to keep it entirely hidden.
So we can have like a gather mission versus an actual acquisition.
Yeah,
mission.
you can have gather missions. You could have hey, could you gather dirt on this one person in the court? You can have them do a scouting mission to try to figure out, let's say with that pearl, that's a pearl of luck that's deep underwater, to try to find ship captains that would be willing to take you out. That kind of thing. They're there to make your life easier, not harder. So please feel free to message me or say, hey, Ian, I want my pawn to be like going around the people at the court gathering rumors. Have them do stuff, because otherwise I'll just have them helping your estates.
Can you remind
doing
us
the regular job.
at intervals in which we can actually send messages to them?
Yep.
Okay.
So, all of you have pawns. Some of you have like one super pawn, like Alexandra. Other of you have many small pawns, like our dear snake. Do you want to try to start sending them on scouting missions? Do you want to find like, hey, pawn, try to find a big shipment of something that's vaguely illegal that I can take and sell because I want the money? Or if you want to be like, hey, gather information on a heist because I want money. Or hey, gather information on a tomb is I want money.
I think,
It's-
at least for me, money making would be great because I would really like to start crafting things meta-wise. So,
And crafting requires money.
But less
So
money.
the question is, do you actually do you want to start going to the mountains of Cran and to this hidden valley first, or do you want to try to make money?
Well, I think I know Mozgus would want to assess the situation after being gone for, you know, what amounts to at least.
You
a
guys
week.
will have a few days to at least settle back into your positions, see what's happened, etc., etc. Remember, you have every day you can call up the Balnorn and give 25 words, and she can respond to 25 words back. So if you want to be
It's like
like,
a tweet.
hey girl. Oh shit, that's already two. Oh god, I've already wasted all of it. Fuck. Call me maybe.
And then the last word is just for 5 hours.
That was so fucking dumb.
That was the best.
So dumb.
Yes. So now, making money in the Empire, as high level people as you are, making serious money usually either means taking it from someone else, finding a resource that has been guarded and unguarding it from, like, let's say, liberating a gold mine from a nest of monsters, or by actually, with Chelsea, crafting stuff and then selling it and then crafting more stuff from proceeds.
That sounds like fun.
Now, Chelsea, your familiar can actually craft stuff.
Oh.
And so while you're out adventuring, you can actually have your familiar in, like, in your bag of holding or whatever, actually crafting stuff. And if both of you decide to craft, you can double the amount you can craft in a day. Because there is a daily limit of gold piece worth value of magic items that you can make in a day.
Okay.
The more you know, and knowing is half the battle. So I understand that now that we don't have a linear-ish dungeon to go through, I yet again present you with the paralyzing existential choice of freedom and what you want to do.
I wouldn't mind sending my pawns out for until I leave again, and give them a new order. Have my pawns get information on anything of value around the Hidden Valley, around or in, just general information.
Oh, so asking around the Imperial capital about this hidden valley area.
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe
Cool.
there's something interesting. Not even just it itself, but maybe there's something nearby that we want to hit up on the way there.
I'm probably going to say that you guys have a week back in the capital. If you guys want to extend it, you can, but it's minimum a week. So it's really what your characters would be doing in that week. So for Alexandra, it might be catching up on all of the reports, sending out more requests and orders, and then fucking off again.
I kind of want to look in to see if the Emperor has made any other sentencing on people and then looking into if the sentencing is legit or...
Okay. So do you want you yourself to do that, or do you want to send your rather intelligent pawn to do that?
Rather intelligent pawn.
Okay, so that is what your pawn is doing. So currently, I'm just going to create a nice little list. I might even end up creating like an Excel document that all of you have access to. So you can be like, hey, Ian, I want my pawn to do this later. Or something. But currently, Alexandra's 10 pawn is investigating Emperor orders / executions. And if they are legit, we currently have our dear Snake searching for info about Hidden Valley.
And Moscus would
the
mention this
capital.
to the others that his people are doing this just so people don't double up.
Mhm.
Since this is a group effort, because we're all on the same hit list.
Okay.
Because you guys are a party and totally not forced together.
No.
Not at all.
Okay, I have a great little tool at my disposal. So I have something called seductive intuition. Wait, no, that's not the one. Seducer's leverage. They all sound the same. Okay, the enchanting courtesan can determine the influence any one individual has with any one organization or other individual once per day by consulting the network for 1 hour. So I can basically just, if we're going for a week, ask 7, what is this person and this person? What's their relationship? I've got my list.
Jeez.
It turns out that being ridiculously good looking has its
Yeah,
Zoolander-esque looks.
Basically, he's just gossiping with all the concubines and courtesans and etceteras. And it's amazing
Okay,
what you can learn.
so is there a focus you're trying, or do you just want?
Okay, I've got. So, is there any relationship between the Huygens and the Phoenix cult?
Oh, okay. You asked that, and it turns out that there was a great uncle, Yi Tu. I'll just put that
Who?
there. It's in the. Ignore the 4.
You two four.
E24, who was part of some kind of cult. It might have been Phoenix, but the guy was just crazy, and the rest of the family shunned him and locked him away somewhere until he died. So
Okay.
Sounds like he
that's
was a
the
resurrection spell.
Hmm. What was that group of assassins from the first session, second session?
The Red Mantis.
Ah. So the Red Mantis. What's Huygens' relation to them?
They've hired them a few times and been hit by them a few times. Any old family has likely had a run-in or two with the Red Mantis.
The voice in the Red Mantis, any relation?
The Red Mantis. There have been in periods of historical instability. There have been attempts by the Red Mantis against the voice, but they have never succeeded, at least publicly.
Okay.
The voice has tried measures to curb Red Mantis behaviors, but it's difficult when you have an order of an elite assassins to fully get rid of them.
Mm-hmm. Huygen and the voice?
While the voice is generally neutral to most family squabbles, there have been some public spats between Huygen nobles and the voice over certain artifacts the Huygen have stolen from places.
Okay. Now my last 3. The Emperor in the Phoenix cult, the voice in the Phoenix cult, and the Black Summoner in the Phoenix cult.
Okay, Black Summoner and Black Summoners have traditionally been a tool against the Phoenix cult, especially because this one summons has his Eidolon is a dragon.
Ah.
The Emperor, the Phoenix cult, in the past, very, very ancient past, has tried to assassinate the Emperor multiple times because the Empire's main emblem is a dragon, and effectively in Chinese Hey, real mythology talk here. In Chinese general mythology, phoenix and dragon are considered opposites.
Huh.
Wait,
And
Okay. So
That's
one of
why
them
when
is
you go to that's why when you go to like a Chinese buffet, there's always like phoenixes and dragons like fighting.
there, it's the yin and yang, male female phoenix dragon dichotomy.
That's
okay. Okay. Question. So a dragon is made of like scales and breathes fire. A phoenix is made of fire. Does it breathe scales?
Sadly, it's not that kind of
it
dichotomy.
breathes smaller
so-
dragons.
It just breathes like random bits of dragon flesh.
Uh, yeah. So let's see. So the voice and the emperor have had assassination attempts / run-ins with Phoenix Cult
Okay.
in ancient times.
All right then. Those are my
What
questions.
was your final one?
No,
So
those
it
were
was-
all 3.
Okay.
Or that was all 7.
So yep.
All right. Nothing too useful, but kind of useful. It's good context. Good things to confirm. No surprises, I mean.
If someone's not sure what to do with their pawns, they could look. The Red Mantis is another cult we should probably squash sooner than later. So if someone wants to,
You do have the red mantis. You can also send your pawns to go out and investigate things either personal to your character or just scout out the other areas of artifacts.
Okay.
I'm going to have my divining my diviner
Mhm.
search for the pearls.
Okay, diviner looking into pearls.
And my you're an urban ranger informant guy. I'm going to ask him to look into this and the Phoenix cult.
Okay, into. So, Alexandra, one thing you might not know is that the Phoenix cult is effectively a pseudo-apocalyptic cult. The main reason why everyone's so concerned is that the set of artifacts, the regalia of the Phoenix Queen,
Hmm.
turns out that the crown is a bit One Ring-esque, as it tries to it grants great boons to the wearer, but it also tries to direct them towards the Phoenix cult's goals. Then the scepter brands people and removes them from the cycle of normal life and death. And every time they die, they explode in flame and get reborn, but a bit more crazy. And the final one, the orb, not much is known, but it holds great and terrible power that the crown and scepter can supposedly control. And so the Baelnorn is actively working against the Phoenix cult and has water in her lair that can effectively cure someone of the Phoenix cult's eternal suffering Phoenix rebirth cycle.
Oh, I gotta ask the Baelnorn. Does that fix them? Like, does that remove them from the curse by just making them dead if they've already died, or is it like you get one more life? That's it.
Oh, so you take you actually ask the Baelnorn this question?
Yeah.
Okay. And she goes, depends on how far gone they are. Some people have used the Phoenix resurrection so much it kills them. Others can be saved.
All right.
we should keep that in mind.
Yeah.
So let's see. We have Alexandra, Snake, and Matt having declared where their pawns are doing.
My pawn, who you might recognize as the archer lady who got whisked away on Snake's bird. I'm going to send them to try and join the Red Mantis to give us some information, if they can track them down and be recruited.
Okay. So,
That's a good plan.
Yeah. And I mean, they have the case of,
so
hey, I know the
they're
guy.
so join/spy on Red Mantis.
Undercover Mantis.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
And so Chelsea, I think you have a level 3 bodyguard who's just a bit dim but rather good-looking man. And I'm forgetting who your other pawn is. I think it's another crafter.
To be honest, it was a while ago, so I don't
Yeah.
quite remember.
I just
Hold on,
remember
I had
the
them. Level 8
the dim-
craftsman and a level 2 bodyguard.
Okay. So the level 2 bodyguard is good looking but not particularly bright, and the crafter is
Yeah, I have what I put was naive but pretty bodyguard.
yeah, pretty boy bodyguard, and a fellow crafter. So I mean, you could have both of them just hunker down and start trying to make some money.
Yeah.
Your naive bodyguard. Well, you said don't let anyone into my room, and then you teleported out of your room.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, your bodyguard might not have known that you have not been there,
Okay.
or like he suspected after the third day of you not coming out that you had gone somewhere.
He's probably used to this.
Probably if you can teleport, he's probably used to this. But it is up to you, Chelsea, what you have to do.
I just sort of want to make money at this point.
Okay. So, on to now that the pawns have been decided on what they're doing. Make pawns make money. Now you guys have to decide what your characters actually do. In that lovely week of yours.
Well, Snake, did you want me to make something for you?
Yes, if I could borrow some money. I'll have a debt list. It'll be fine.
Okay.
Is he wants to be able to take his giant bird and have it become a pattern on his armor, so he can store it in his armor.
Yeah, you're basically adding an extra ingredient to my armor for $37.50, and it should take like 4
So
days.
you're wanting 750. Are you having me craft something? Or?
Yes, please.
Oh, okay, cool.
Is you do have craft arms and armor, so you can actually enhance people's weapons and armor.
I also wanted to
nudge for everyone.
I also wanted to make like talon gauntlets for your bird.
I don't have the money for that.
Yeah, but I might.
No.
I mean, I don't know, but I
no.
might.
We'd need a lot more money. This is a small thing that'll help us avoid long travel time. And doorways. Doorways won't be it.
The doorways are actually the big problem for your bird.
Big problem for a big bird.
Big bird.
You mean normal people don't have doors that are the size of big birds?
Mean.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, but technically you could get a corset for your bird that would allow it to fit through medium-sized doors.
I like the hosteling better.
The hosteling will be better.
Better than having like a bird with a.
Just trying to imagine like the biggest magical corset on this bird, and it's difficult to imagine, really. And it's like, oh, come on, Akane. It's for your own good. Trying to convince a bird to wear a corset. Oh,
But
Then
it
I
does,
might.
I can do this infinite times per day, it seems, so I don't. It would still be easier than the corset.
yeah.
Okay. I don't know very well at all how spellcrafting works or making magic items work, but I just I'm
So,
going to spend my time. So if anyone has an item they want to get made,
so Frosty generally makes jewelry, but he can make any wondrous item. So wondrous items are pretty much clothing you wear and stuff you have in hand, except for weapons, rings, rods, or staves. I know, paralyzing freedom, way too much choice.
what is this?
So it might be best if you just said, hey, Ian, I want an item that allows me to do this. And then we try to find an existing item that does it, or I help you make a custom item that does it.
I would love some higher AC.
Okay, you're discovering the terrible truth that most of your ACs are actually inadequate. So Alexandra's kind of fine because she turns invisible. Chelsea can fly, which helps her deal with a bunch of enemies, but not all. The rest of you have a little bit more issue. So the best way of increasing armor class. Do you have Matt? Do you have an amulet?
No, I do not. I have a ring of protection +2.
Okay, well Frosty
Mhm.
there could help you make a amulet of natural armor,
Ooh.
which would add 1 or 2 more to your armor class.
That would be
Natural armor
amazing.
plus.
So if you type into Google Pathfinder amulet of natural armor, it pops up. And
We can get
So-
you a +2 with a bit of a loan from me.
yeah, it would cost 4,000 gold, and you could make you a +2 amulet of natural armor.
How much do you need from me?
You would only,
3,000.
yeah, you would put in your
The
3,000,
3,000? Yeah. Okay.
and then I'd give you the 1,000. And we'd have the amulet.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay.
I guess Frosty,
Mhm.
roll a spellcraft check.
Okay, it's going to be great, I assure you. My person is very good at his wizardry.
It's not that high.
Oh.
Wow.
He's not a good wizard. He's a sorcerer. He just sort of does things on the fly.
The good thing is that you didn't fail by 5 or more. So you didn't waste the stuff.
Okay.
That's good.
Roll again, please. And also, you might want to make an item for yourself that helps your spellcraft check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
There you go.
Okay, your amulet is fine. Chelsea, you can also roll a spellcraft check for the hostling armor, but I'm pretty sure you aren't going to fail.
You said spellcraft check? Okay.
Spellcraft. And that's partially why I helped make your character really good at spellcraft.
Okay.
So Frosty,
Mm-hmm.
a nice little friendly. Oh yeah, plus 21. So the hostling armor's made.
Cool.
No
I
problem.
know I have minus 750.
Yep. And Frosty,
Mm-hmm.
if you want to give yourself an item that gives you +5 to your spellcraft checks, a ring or like a necklace you can take on or off,
Mm-hmm.
it would cost you 1,250.
That's not bad. How much is that
Oh.
plus?
+5.
Dang, that's good.
Actually, any of you, if you want +5 in a skill, that is for any of the crafters to craft it. It's 1,250 gold.
I has no money.
Yep.
Wait, I kind of want to do that.
For your spellcraft or something else, like perception.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a item called Eyes of the Eagle, which are put onto your eye slot.
Are they
Slot.
contacts?
Yeah, they're effective. You could make them contacts. You could make them glasses. You could make them. Actually, none of you have craft tattoos, so you can't just make tattoos. Tattoos are
Could I get something as well to improve my perception?
sure. Do you currently have Eyes of the Eagle on your character sheet?
Um,
We just need to make sure we aren't doubling up on magic items. Because if two things do the same thing, they usually don't stack. Just
no.
so that. Okay, well then it costs 1,250 gold.
All right.
And you can have +5 on your perception checks.
Yay.
I know. I'm pretty sure all of you have at least a cloak or vest of resistance +1, so that's good.
How much was that?
Yeah.
1,000 something something.
1,250.
Okay.
I'll just put that into Discord.
Wait, actually, what was the thing of resistance?
Do you have a vest or a cloak of resistance? You have a
Uh,
resistance bonus to your save.
Nope.
Okay. Well, Frosty, with your other money, it will cost, if you search up on Google, Cloak of Resistance. The Cloak of Resistance gives a bonus to all of your saving throws, which are super important.
Mm-hmm.
So it would cost you 2,000 gold to get a +2, or 500 gold to get a +1 if one of you is crafting it.
All right, let's skip the spellcraft shirt and go for that cloak of +2.
You want me to
Okay,
craft it? Can I craft it? Oh, I'll craft
you
it.
can totally craft it. Also, for these crafted magic items, you can kind of make them. They can their appearance can be anything, really. So if you want it to be fancy looking, it can be. If you want it to just look really mundane, it can be.
I'm imagining just a few more tassels of sandiness in his already sand-mimicking robes. That's the cloak. Because he's basically just wearing a cloak already. No form of a robe. But pretty much just more sand.
Okay. And Chelsea, roll your spellcraft check.
I got 34.
Fantastic. Yep. These are low-level items you're making, so you bang it out. And, or effectively you and your cat, your magical cat, spend a few hours in the workshop kind of chanting and weaving and sewing and throwing on expensive materials. And out of it a cloak emerges. It actually
What
only
is the,
takes
What's the kind of bonus this is?
resistance.
Like that's like an enhanced
That's
bonus or
literally-
resistance bonus?
Yep, it's a
Okay.
resistance bonus to saving throws. So that's +2 to your saving throws, which is really nice. Intent. Luckily, I think most of you already have. So
Mm-hmm.
need to worry about that. So as the week goes by and the water's coming, some of your ponds. Oh yeah.
We should also invest in some restoration magic of some kind.
Ah, yes, so that strength sapping and poisons won't be as off.
Hmm.
If you look, Pathfinder antitoxin. So if you search Pathfinder antitoxin, it is actually a super useful mundane alchemical item that gives you a +5 alchemical bonus on fortitude saves against poison for an hour. So if you're like, oh, I think I just got bit by something, you slam down your antitoxin. I think it's also like 10 gold. No, it's 50 gold.
Right.
But you don't have money.
You
I
want
have
me
a
to
little-
loan you some?
I could pick
I-
up some as well.
Oh yeah,
I have a
Pia.
little bit of money.
The team bank.
What happened to your money?
I spent it on a amulet of natural armor.
Oh.
Because he doesn't want to be hit as much, which is one way of dealing.
So wait, you're two-handing a weapon, right? So you don't have a shield bonus. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Technically, you could also get a buckler. That helps.
Or you could get a bigger shield and get it the magic item thing where it floats around without you.
Dancing. Yeah.
Thing. Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool. But also, I can put shield the spell on you.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Just
just
block
gives
with
you
your
a
sword.
plus
Come
four.
on. Do darkness. Do what Guts would do.
Sissies.
So, yes, you consider getting better restoration magic, but maybe not quite yet. The restoration stuff might actually cost too much for what your party has as available gold, right?
Yep, I'm broke.
I have some money. I need to look at the cantrips again. Because I think there's a spell there that's like heal light wounds or something.
Level 1, there's a cure light wounds. But that heals hit point damage, and not like so poisons don't usually do hit point damage, they do ability damage. So they
Okay.
like damage your intelligence or damage your strength. And cure light wounds sadly does not deal with that. Lesser restoration does, but lesser restoration is a more expensive spell. Actually, not that bad. Huh. That's actually kind of dumb how cheap that is. Because I just realized that a wand of lesser restoration using a paladin spell is actually the same as a wand of cure light wounds. Due to the way that item crafting works. Eh. Eh. So yes, technically, but none of you actually have craft wand. So, which I know is dumb that it's its own crafting skill, but that's just how D&D is. So, to get on with the plot, and not so much with the shopping crafting spree. If you guys later on decide you want something crafted that seems reasonable, we'll retroactively add it.
All right.
If I'm not, yeah. So, Frosty, your two people. The only thing they send you in the report is that they've made contact with a red mantis
Hey, that's good news.
person, and they're trying to get in. Because that's what you asked them to do.
All right.
The diviner is looking into is communing with various. The diviner hasn't had much luck yet, there, Matt.
Okay.
But we'll keep on looking in. The ranger, the only thing your ranger is finding is that there's hints of cults, but none of them seem Phoenix related. So either the Phoenix cult is particularly good at hiding itself, or they're going to have to dig into these other cults to see if it's ultimately a Phoenix cult.
Okay.
Chelsea, your pawns are making money. By the end of your adventure, when you come back, I'll give you a pool of money that they have.
Okay.
For Alexandra,
Mhm.
Your pawn has discovered that it seems like the Emperor's executions have slowed down, but it seems like it's only slowed down because the voice is trying to direct the Emperor's, I guess, attention towards a small group at the edge of the Empire's borders. You hear that there might be a call to war against an incredibly insignificant tribe of people who live on the edge of the borders. It appears like the voice is trying to direct the Emperor's ill will outside of the Empire itself.
Oh, which border though?
Those
Oh.
people don't matter.
Well, not as much as the high-level loyal people in the court. It's actually on the border of the endless plains of Xantar, to the
again.
west.
You're having some bad luck.
It's one of the more newer conquered areas, and it's not like the desert of Ruha's been particularly fully conquered.
Mhm.
As for Snake, your pawns have discovered a rather interesting fact about this hidden valley. It's actually supposedly there's this town of Kaidao. I'll put that into the Roll20. Town of Kaidao. It seems like many of the best performers of dancers, actors, etc., actually come from the town of Kaidel in the mountains of Gran. And that there appears to be some rather well-respected academy there. When your people ask around about it, this town seems to be it seems to be at the center of a school of thought of a method acting, or what we would call method acting. And it seems to produce some of the most believable actors. If your pawns ask too much, they're generally told that only the best should go there. It is a strange place. It is a very warm valley in an otherwise cold country.
That's strange. Not sure why we would want to go there though, unless we were looking for a performer.
The only thing that's the only thing of note in that area, the Mountain of Cran. So you might have to. It might be the starting point of the on-ground investigation.
Maybe that dragon tome is the dragon tome of method acting.
Believed to be a dragon, and you are a dragon.
Oh yes. So just so that you can get caught up here, Alexandra, the armor of the Dragon Emperor is actually not. It's not actually armor, but it appears to be methods used to enhance yourself. It's like magical rituals and methods.
Okay.
Kind of like
So-
method acting.
That might be part of it. And the vestments of Talmik the Black seem to grant some druid abilities and help deal with monsters and spirits. And the pearls of celestial wisdom just are lovely, powerful pearls of general heavenly goodness. Well, heavenly balance, as it were. So, and the regalia of the Phoenix Queen is bad news bears if someone gets all three of them. Bad news bears for everyone. Or at least that's what the Banorn told. You guys haven't decided. I don't know how much you guys have decided to trust the Banorn, other than actually trusting it that all the locations it gave you are kosher.
I mean, I pretty much trust any info dump you give me, which is not a good idea, but so far it hasn't proved a problem.
Well, that's because the only info dumps I've given you are usually from Ramses, who actually knew the
Fair
entire
enough.
plot of the game if you only asked.
That's very true.
He literally knew everything about the final boss. You guys
Hey, all
never
we needed
asked.
to know was kick his ass.
Can it be punched? Yes, that's enough.
You're like, hey, Ian, where do we go next? Ramses tells you this. Okay, let's go in that general direction then. He tries to
That was-
explain details. Fuck you.
That was a good campaign.
It's a great
Yeah.
game.
Mhm.
But this is way more complicated. I know. I'm paralyzing with choice. So, onward to the Hidden Valley, or the town of Kaidal.
So how are we getting there?
That is the question.
Can we
So-
teleport?
Actually, one thing for you, Chelsea.
Mm.
This is your home country,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm going to bring you to a special channel, and we're going to discuss things that your character would know.
Okay.
They're gone.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
We can do anything we want.
Mm-hmm.
I attack the darkness.
It
The,
attacks
the
back.
prince just hands out his rings and his money and everything. He becomes a homeless man. He's gonna
Let's
live life
just go
as a
kill
minimalist
the
now.
emperor.
Charge! It's the last thing they'll expect.
Anyone
Especially if you announce
actually-
that you're charged. Like, if you start yelling charge at the front gates of the castle, not even at, like, his front door.
Does anyone actually believe that we're going to end up not just punching him in the face a whole bunch?
I
I
don't
mean-
think he is physically a threat.
Well, see, the thing is, he has the, I talked to Ian about this, but when you have a really rich country, you can put a whole lot of money into jewelry, like, the crown jewels, and make some intensely magical shit that's just like, oh, plus 70 to constitution, plus 100 to fortitude. So no amount of spells or anything that isn't just mundane isn't going to work too well. But here's the fun part. There's a spell that just erases all magic.
That's true.
Not the spell, but the aura of... Wait, I have it written down.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so you just walk in there with that on, and then, oh, sorry, you're just a random old dude now. Punch.
Of course, of course, you can't carry or use any magic at that point either.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Well, actually, you could get a magical item that just turns it on,
No, but I mean, like,
and then lasts for an hour.
sure, but
But you don't
while
have
you're
any
under
of
the
your
effect-
magic.
Right.
You have your bare fists, though.
I mean, you could bring a sword, I suppose.
Well, yeah, that too. Or you get rid of his crown jewels.
So many things we could do. We could also cure him.
Yeah.
That sounds like
an-
a lot of effort.
It's going to
mean,
turn out
both
that it's just
ways.
like, oh, he just needed some of that water because he's gone crazy from the that he was resurrecting this whole time, by the way.
Yeah, here, Emperor, just drink this water. It's fine.
Just like add it to some soup, send it up. It's probably really easy to get miscellaneous substances into the Emperor's food, right?
Totally.
Actually, we should look into when the Emperor started being weird.
I think it was like, I don't know if we know this meta-wise, but I think it's exactly when the Black Summoner got his stuff beat up by the Eldritch things. At the,
Oh, is it?
yeah,
I
I
didn't
think
know
the
that.
sickness just sort of spread because they have some weird link between them.
Hmm.
Like if the Emperor dies, then the Black Summoner dies, so that the
Oh.
Black Summoner always serves the Emperor.
That's a commitment.
Yeah, and I think that's link has somehow been eldritchized or
Cthulhu.
gone all. It's gone all demon. It's just it's spoiled. It's no good. Whoa! Someone made a map of Avatar: The Last Airbender with like all the locations they went to,
Oh, that's cool.
like the big arrows.
Well, they have things to talk about, apparently.
I guess
They
so.
do. So many things.
So I'm guessing we're gonna teleport there,
Probably.
Probably.
because otherwise
If we have a bird ride, we can have that oh so fun talk we've been planning. Or
we needed to see if we had the talk before or after, because we
Yeah.
already had a long bird trip.
in theory, it would have been on that bird trip, but there was also the two unknowns. One of them is now my pawn, but the other one is still.
Ah, fair.
So I don't know if you wanted to be like,
Yeah, let's
okay, you
just
two
skip
just
that
plug
one.
your ears.
I'll skip that one.
Yeah.
But no, I just got the hostiling, so my bird will go into my armor at will.
So then you can just go through the portal. Wait, does the bird need to be okay with going in your armor?
Nope.
Wow.
So if, for
Kinda
example, the
Well, I mean,
spell,
it's my
I don't know,
pet.
Charm Monster was on it,
That's it. Let me
You'd-
look at the exact wording just to.
you'd still be able to be like, hey, bad bird, no, you're in my armor now. So maybe that wouldn't be a good idea if you're up in the air.
I mean, it could
The wearer
could be a really good.
the wearer can speak
Go
a
ahead.
command word to magically store an animal to which he is bonded.
I guess as long as it's part of your like character, not just a random animal you have to be friends with.
It could also be a really good interrogation technique.
Yeah, it says nothing about whether the animal wants it or not, because it's an animal companion, so it's therefore it's your buddy.
Hello.
Hey,
Welcome
Hi.
back, stream. I know this is exactly what you want. Secret conversations you can't hear. So,
Secret tunnel.
when you mentioned the town Cadolatrix, actually, I don't know. Do you try to hide your reaction, Chelsea?
No.
Or Cadol, yeah.
Yeah. So when you mentioned the town of Kadal,
mm-hmm.
is it Mozgus that does that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yay,
So-
role-playing.
I guess Lilara says, "Oh, Cadol, I've heard of that place. I haven't ever been there, but it has an interesting story."
Sense of motive.
Really? Okay.
I like stories.
I just want to see if. Oh wow.
Good job.
Are you actually bluffing?
Failure. No, she seems genuine.
Oh, okay. Oh, what do you know about it?
Well, it's a small town, but it's named after a brass dragon that lives in the area.
It's a dragon there. That's interesting.
Yeah. His name is it a he, Ian? I don't know.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the stories generally talk about it.
Okay.
Hi, but dragons can shapeshift
Yeah.
when they're that old.
No,
Oh.
it could be a cross-dressing dragon.
They're gender fluid, okay, Frosty? um, so Lalara goes on to say that the town is named after Cadolatrix, the brass dragon. It may know some method of reaching the hidden valley, but it won't tell us for free.
Hmm. Do you know much about the Hidden Valley?
I don't.
The way you worded that, it made it sound like it was difficult to reach the Hidden Valley.
I don't really know if anyone but the dragon knows how to get there.
Hmm.
So he could help us, but as you may or may not know, brass dragons really like gossip. So we have some information that we might be able to exchange for Cadolatrix's help.
Okay, does it need to be in the form of like drama queen gossipy talk? Does
No, although
okay.
he might be interested to learn about the Emperor's condition. Um,
Maybe the Phoenix Cult too.
Yeah.
that we also have some information as to the whereabouts of some of the artifacts, although he may or may not already know.
Yeah, something tells me the dragon knows where the dragon armor is.
He may even be guarding it.
Yeah. Well, only one way to find out.
Is the brass dragon easy to locate?
Ian, do I know
Easy.
that?
It's likely going to. The people in the town will likely know how to contact him.
Okay. So
Because you yourself have never tried to contact the dragon.
I know that I've never tried, or sorry, let me start over. I've never tried to contact the dragon, but there are many nobles in the mountains of Cran that have, and I'm sure they pass through this village all the time, and on their way to Cadolatrix.
Yeah,
So, the townsfolk will probably know.
Okay.
I don't think it'll be especially hard. It's not like he's hiding. He lives there.
Well, some adventurers go after dragons, so
He's basically got a protective claim over his little area, so
well, that's great.
but I don't think we really have much to fear from him. He'll probably be cooperative to an extent. Or if we meet the right conditions that he gives us.
And if we ask nicely,
Always.
Of course.
Always make
but
friends with
not
things
too
that can
nicely.
you. So how are we getting there?
Yes, that is the question.
I
Have-
think
Have you been to Kadal?
no,
Anyone?
but I'm from the mountains of Cran.
Oh, we can teleport somewhere in the mountains and take a ride the rest of the way, but I don't want to end up knee deep in a rice paddy again.
Yep, that is what happened last time.
My
Oh,
boots
right,
just
right.
can't take it.
Sure, that sounds fine.
Okay.
I don't remember how many people I can teleport. Like 2?
Pathfinder. I think it's one yourself plus one medium creature for every 3 levels you have. Yeah. One medium creature or its equivalent, carrying gear objects up to its maximum load per 3 caster levels. So you can teleport 4 people at a time.
Okay.
That's
you
perfect.
can also, and you teleport 4 people plus yourself, as distant as 100 miles per caster level. So you can travel. You would end up, if you just went like pretty much straight north, you would end up in the forests of Rochelle from the Imperial capital. And then you'd need a second jump to get to the hidden to get near the town.
Okay.
Or we could fly a little bit and then teleport directly.
Oh yeah,
Might be safer to fly within the Imperial land first.
yeah. If you did 2 days worth of flying and then teleported, could go straight to the Hidden Valley area.
Sounds like a plan.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it.
Woo!
Everyone prepares and gets onto your bird.
I'm gonna make
So-
sure to buy. I'm gonna buy some rope. I'm gonna go look that up, but continue on.
Okay. I assume you guys. Do you guys just get onto a bird at a random point in the city and just fly off as a team, or do you like decide to meet somewhere outside the city to do that? Or
Might make sense to walk outside the city first, and I'll keep the bird inside me before we.
Ugh.
I let out my inner giant bird every once in a while.
That way, no one knows we're moving. As easily.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we're being
Is-
watched.
You A are being watched, and B, all of you have people who don't really like you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You do have some people that like you, as well. So, let's look at. So you guys start flying, and I'm not going to do an encounter at the fly.
Oh no!
Fine.
Other flying birds.
Oh no, another team of adventurers on a similar flying bird attack you while you're on your flying bird. Dun 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 dun. No,
Why was that Metal Gear Solid?
I don't know, but it just sounds like a Metal Gear Solid thing. Okay, so Chelsea,
Yeah.
could you roll a 1d100
Yeah.
as you teleport people?
Oh boy, time to go to hell.
And it's very unlikely to go to hell.
We went to hell. The higher numbers are worse, aren't they?
Yep.
Oh no.
Goody.
Could you roll a 1d20 plus 80?
Oh God!
Ow.
Another 1d20 plus 80? And another 1d20 plus 80. Okay. That's the one time you want the one. So,
Who were the first 4 to volunteer on that trip? Or
no,
first 3?
I'm saying that because Lauren's character isn't here, she's in the bag of holding while you guys, the rest of you, huddle around Chelsea, and she tries to teleport.
Oh God, those were.
I swear this is pretty safe.
But there would be another trip for poor Jimmy. Or maybe he's in the bag of holding. Yeah, he's in the bag of holding.
Jimmy will gets to be in the bag of holding if you really want to bring Jimmy to the.
I need to get
Get a
I
hostile.
need to get some hostling
Yeah.
on for Jimmy.
Jimmy has more than animal level intelligence. I'm not letting you use hostile.
As long as
Barely.
he's an animal companion, okay? That's all that matters.
Humans are animals.
Okay. You know, if
And
you
he
want
is
to
my
make a
trusted
custom
companion.
hosteling, I might allow it.
Oh,
Okay.
pass for now. So what happened?
Okay, so
Oh boy.
I get to roll several things because this almost never happens.
Oh,
Uh,
goody.
Oh goody. You
You
guys
teleport
get
directly into a mountain.
Re-roll your
Uh,
characters. Good job.
luckily this isn't 40k, so okay, so you teleported 1,000 miles. So 38 is 300 and effectively 80. And then in what direction? Get fancy player's handbook. I know physical books. How dare I? Sorry that this is taking longer than I thought. Okay. Okay. So the teleport spell goes off. Some of you have been teleported before. This feels like something went wrong. As you guys feel yourself being shoved into a small space and effectively shunted through the dimensions, you feel something turbulent happen. It feels like you're in the ocean and you were just dashed against some rocks. All of you take 18 points of damage
Ow.
as the mishap catapults you. I really need a party symbol. Maybe I'll do a pile of skulls.
That's a good sign.
Thanks.
My bee.
As you guys get teleported, you feel yourself start being pulled back, and as you phase back into reality, you find yourselves in a deep and snowy field. There are sparse trees and no mountains in sight. time for me to make a map. Because you guys are okay. Map of...
We're not in Cran anymore.
No, you
While
aren't.
you're making a map, I'm gonna get some ice cream.
Ooh.
Yeah, feel free to have a bit of a break because I need
Sounds
to.
Okay.
I knew
was-
mountains weren't real.
Okay. When I
You
saw you
literally
rolling,
were on a mountain last.
rolling those 4 dice, did we all go to different places, or are we in the same field?
You're in the same field.
Okay, well that's good.
I'll be right back.
If I really wanted to be an asshole, this campaign could have with that one roll completely changed.
Yeah.
But I'm following the rules rather than just doing cool shit because it should be fun.
So it's like
So,
it just changes from the prince's journey to hell,
yeah,
and then just split the whole party up. It'll be fine.
I'm sure we won't die.
Do like a session with each of us throughout
Hey,
the week
it's-
whenever available.
With me that I would be soloing this adventure. So
man, if one of you ended up on target but the rest didn't, you're like, okay, well, I solved everything, guys. Don't worry.
don't worry, I got this.
I just acted really sad, and the dragon was like, "Oh man, that sucks, bro. Here, come, just take the book. There you go. Cheer up, bud."
I don't need it.
Cheer
I'm
up,
already
bro.
a dragon.
Yeah, I already read it. Just,
It's boring.
Turns out it's just how to be a dragon for dummies.
Be a dragon. Don't be not a dragon.
The self-help book for dragons.
Oh, I could have sworn. That was it. Okay, well.
Back.
Ah, welcome back.
Thank you.
Oh, that's far too much. Okay. Oh, I know what to do. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Because I have to create an encounter that I wasn't planning on. Yay. Well, I don't have to, but it feels like it should happen. Who do I have here?
Me.
Me.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go get myself some water. I'm ready for
I am
this.
back. So how fucked are we?
Okay. Well, you guys are gonna get an encounter. Woo! Luckily, this isn't the dimension. You didn't actually cross dimensional barriers.
Oh, that's nice. How close were we to
You're on
doing
the
that?
same plane of existence.
Oh,
That could have been fun.
We didn't accidentally plane shift.
Yeah.
suddenly it's a new campaign. Survive.
New campaign. Fuck you.
I'm back.
You're in hell.
Where are we?
Uh,
Same plane of existence.
Yep.
Just
Same plane of
really,
existence.
really far north.
I think that we found a way to skip out on Ian's entire plan to kill us all with the Emperor.
Yeah.
Keep running north.
Yeah. If there's no one here, there's no one to tattletale on us, so the Emperor never finds us.
Yeah. Just tell that to the Imperial Diviners.
You can eat the snow for water and eat the snow for food. We're good. We're set.
Oh my god, Frosty, you're
It's like the long dark. You just die of
Yeah.
freezing in a corner.
Who's
And then
that?
wolves.
Does anyone? No, I guess we only have the ice switch for spell. I don't think you have a fire spell, do you? Keep us warm.
I mean, my bird would probably keep us warm, to be honest.
I guess. And we have Jimmy to eat, so that's good.
you're cruel. You're a cruel master.
There are probably mammoths we could hunt.
Well, speaking of mammoths,
Oh crap!
You spoke
guys-
too soon.
you did. You guys, so you're in a field with barren trees, like knee-deep snow, and a clear, incredibly cold sky. You hear do any of you speak giant?
Nope.
No.
Gonna
You
say
guys hear a startled yell and something in a harsh, loud language. As when you turn, there is a blue-eyed, white-haired, white-skinned giant riding a mammoth.
Okay, so
You guys are all around when Chelsea. Chelsea, this is a perfectly acceptable temperature for you.
Yeah, I like this. The cold never bothered me anyway.
Da-da-da-da.
Suck a D.
This was my plan all along.
just wanted to take a little tour to your hometown of Coldsville.
So, I need everyone to roll initiative.
Can't we just talk it out?
Actually, beside the giant, you see a small, two smaller mammoths. It appears like this is a frost giant with his herd.
Are these things large or huge?
The mammoth is the mammoth the frost giant is riding is actually gargantuan.
Damn.
Guess who has a level in the mammoth rider class?
Oh, the motherfucker.
And the other two mammoths are actually normal sized for mammoths. So Snake is Oscus is 22. Frosty is the Prince is 8. Chelsea is your initiative is more than just 15. Forgot to add your plus.
I have plus.
Mhm.
You should have a plus. Something, even if it's just your dex bonus.
Look at your armor class, and then go down and to the right a little bit.
initiative.
I see it. It's just one.
Oh,
Okay,
well,
so
still
then it
16.
should be 16 instead of just 15.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah.
Sorry, I see what I did wrong. I just didn't add it. So you want me to reroll, or just gonna just be? 60?
I'm just gonna add a 1 to that. It's
Tough
easier.
math.
Okay. Well, the frost giant is going then, and the mammoths are. Six. So the person who gets to go first is Mosgus.
Sweet. And Mozgus mutters a word, and a bird pops out.
Now is it actually a standard action or
It's
is
a
it
command word, so I assume it's a standard action.
It's a standard action.
Bird.
Bird.
Mozgus will use the rest of his turn to get up on that bird. I don't actually. Does it take a full turn to do that?
I'm gonna say that it's a
full move action?
You spending a move action.
Okay.
Actually, make a ride check, and I'll say that if you succeed, it's a move action, because you know how to quickly.
I'm a bird.
You're on your bird.
Does my bird get to act or no?
No,
Okay.
it. I'm gonna say it has quote unquote summoning sickness.
Fucking Magic the Gathering.
Lag.
Lag.
The bird's just like in a tree.
Sorry.
It'll
And
sort
then it
itself
rubber
out.
bands back to
Yeah.
you.
Quick, break the tree. It'll fix it.
So Musgus is there. Lalara, it's your turn. Chelsea.
I'm gonna just fly into the air.
Standard action to cast fly, and then you can move. Are you like 30 feet up or like 60 feet up?
How tall is that mammoth?
That mammoth is. That mammoth's pretty large.
As long as it's taller than the mammoth, I guess 60 feet.
60 is safer. The normal mammoth stands at usually 22 feet tall, and that gargantuan mammoth stands at around 35
Okay.
feet tall. It's a gigantic mammoth. So I'm going to do a little wings symbol on you to remind me and you that you're flying up in the sky.
Okay.
So the next person is sorry, it's a Winter Wonderland. Now it is Alexandra, your turn.
Okay, so I go invisible.
Yep. The deep snow will require an acrobatics check to quickly move over.
Okay.
But you are invisible.
Sure, they won't see you tromping through the snow. All the snow flying away.
Going invisible is a swift action, so you could probably, if you wanted to, climb up that tree and attack it if it tried to go by.
That sounds like a good idea.
Okay.
Roll acrobatics.
Roll an acrobatics to get through the snow quickly, and then an acrobatics to climb.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Dang.
Because I don't think it's actually. Is climb an actual skill?
Yes.
Like an independent skill?
Yes, it is by itself.
Oh, well, then this jump check is to actually. It's not a climb check, it's a jump check to get up into the tree. I'm going to say that with the 20, you just run on the surface of the snow like goddamn fucking Legolas.
Legolas.
Yeah, and just use the momentum to spring up into the tree without... You've managed to avoid disturbing any snow deposits, so it doesn't know you're on the tree.
Also, I don't have climb as an actual skill, so
Yeah, so you just jumped.
gotcha.
Fuck climbing.
Fuck climbing when I can just get there. Yeah.
One jump.
I'm going to give this mammoth a little red dot so that I know it's mammoth 1. I know, very, very imaginative.
I know one's fire and one's ice.
Do you really? I can add elemental types to these guys if you really want.
But which one is the prince that was promised?
That's me.
I am Azora High. Yeah.
It's the references I don't get because I stopped watching the show now. I'm waiting for
Uh,
poor George to.
This mammoth starts trumping through over here. Now
About
it
time, buddy.
is Tiamos's turn.
I rage,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and then
Anyone who wants to can accept a rage into their heart.
I
Always.
can't.
Yep.
Basically the bird.
Burp.
Burb
Burb.
and Slice and Dicer.
Oh yeah.
move.
You could just charge that fucker.
Wait, it's a move it's a move action for me to rage, right?
Yep.
Oh.
So yeah, no, I can't.
Oh. Because if you move into
But
it,
you
it'll
could
get attacked.
cast a spell with your standard,
Spell
like haste.
haste.
Oh.
Yes. I will cast haste. Yes, that sounds like an excellent idea.
So glad you thought of it.
Yeah.
was a brilliant plan.
There's other spells you could cast, but
That's probably the best spell to cast that I have.
okay. So
accept
everyone
haste.
can accept haste into your hearts.
Can I accept haste?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
The only thing you can't accept is the rage because it stops you from being able to cast spells if you're just frothing at the mouth. But
you have a good point.
there's only 2 people who can cast spells while raging. One is a blood rager,
Uh-huh.
and the other is a rage prophet.
Interesting.
Next party, all ragers.
You know, it can actually be really
Holy
good because there's a teamwork feat. That means if you're raging beside someone who's raging, you get 2 additional strength and 2 additional con.
Wow.
So if you just form a phalanx of really angry people, you become a rage square. By our powers combined. So everyone can move 30 extra feet, has 1 more attack when they full attack. And +1, so +1 attack, +1 AC, an additional attack and a full attack, +1 reflex saves as well.
If
30
anyone,
feet extra move.
for everyone using the spreadsheet, if you go down to the buffs, haste is pre-baked in. So if you go down to
Ooh,
haste and hit
nice.
active, it'll give you all the numbers on everything. Because haste is common.
Okay. So now it is time for Prince Ruha.
Okay, so the prince, hearing that giant, he comes up with a brilliant plan to communicate with the giant and begins talking in slow motion. Hey, stop, my friend. All the while casting the spell Pugwampy's Grace at it.
Pugwampy's Grace.
It has to roll 2d20s every time it wants to roll one and take the lower result.
Ah,
Oh, that's a good spell.
That's a great
yeah,
spell.
that's a big fuck you spell.
Mhm. Can he beat 22? Let's find out. Actually, wait, this is enchantment.
Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Well, he should have a low will score, so.
I think so. I don't know. Apparently druids are wise, so maybe this...
It's a fucking
Giant is,
giant riding a mammoth. I'm not. Yep. Fuck. him.
Haha! Fuck him.
That's great.
You have a move action.
Okay, so how far can I move with one move?
This is deep snow, so unless you roll an acrobatics, it's two squares.
It's double. or
Each
half.
square is double.
You've half.
So
Okay.
because you're hasted, you can actually move 30 feet. Normally, you'd
Awesome.
only move 15 because you wouldn't be.
You could try to use a tree
Okay.
for cover.
I'm gonna go 30 feet behind the bird.
I mean,
Burp.
You could get on the bird.
Ooh. There's an idea, actually.
Like.
Yeah, okay. Do I need to roll anything to do that?
No, if the bird is willing, you can get into one of the lower saddlebags.
There we go. I'm under the bird. No one can see me. There we go.
I'll try and angle so that you can also hit on the.
Well,
bird.
he has a spear, so he has like a 10-foot reach.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I have the same reach you have. This is gonna go great.
Lance Bros.
That's actually kind of dumb.
Let's just get a flying centipede. It'll be great. Put people all along it.
I don't know if I. So that's why those like Chinese dragons are so intimidating. It's because you just put guys all the way along it with spears. Just a fucking lance train. Also, I don't know if I can actually. I suppose. Yeah, I could probably attack while on this thing. I don't know how it works exactly, but
I'm going to say that you can probably sync up your turn with Mozgus's turn if
Awesome.
Mozgus takes your lower initiative.
Okay.
all right.
Yeah, if I delay.
If he delays, both of you can start just acting on the same. You can become a little platformo death.
Then it was
Actually-
just one person who is either visible or on the ground.
Gosh
Yes.
darn, I realized I don't actually have like a snow-covered Frozen Waste tabletop RPG sounds.
Oh, we gotta get the Wrath of the Lich King expansion soundtrack in this.
Oh shit. What is it actually called? Wrath.
Arthas, my son, is one of them.
Yeah, I feel bad for TMS. Because he's about to be all lonesome.
You guys abandoned me.
You deserve it.
You could
Aw.
also get on the bird?
Well, you'd have to. Oh no, he'll go before. Yeah, he'll go before I go again, and you're going when I'm going. So
Just hold your attack.
I'll get a
action.
chance. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I probably wouldn't be of much use on the bird.
He's probably
Well,
better just smashing mammoth.
Hey, the offer is on the table. Standing.
So,
If you want, I can make an ice wall and you can stand on it.
Oh, could you make an ice wall in front of them right as they charge, and then they just smash into it?
Maybe?
Because that sounds like.
so this mammoth comes over on this side, and then the big one starts charging through.
Nay.
Alexandra, you get an attack of opportunity as the mammoth rider charges through the tree to get to TMO.
Oh, jeez.
All right.
Hold on to that tree.
let's do
That
that.
tree in particular.
Actually, roll reflex save after
Okay.
you do your attack as the mammoth tramples through the tree.
Will he need to make a ride check? Perhaps one where he's going to get Pugwampied?
I don't think you have to do a rod check on trample.
The mammoth doesn't need to do a ride check to charge a tree.
Oh, okay. I see what you. It's just
But he's going to need to roll twice when he tries to attack TMOs.
Oh yeah, it's going to be great.
I have lost my page with all my formulas. I had everything written out on a sticky note, my rolls, but they're gone.
Oh, you need to put that shit in your Google Drive.
Yeah, I do. Just a second, I'm gonna check downstairs.
Okay, well then I will, assuming that there was an attack, Tiamos. The giant axe wielding giant on mammoth charges you
Uh oh.
Sucks to
through a
suck.
tree. Okay,
This feels like a quick time event.
it would be. It hits.
Dang. Wait. He only has.
Oh wait, it has to roll twice.
Yeah.
Ah!
Oh!
8 crit fails.
So this is where the quick time event comes in.
Okay.
I press A.
You press A, you win.
Okay, so it looks like the axe is about to hit you deeply, and then the mammoth bucks, and the axe flies out of its hand into the tree above.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
The mammoth does a slam attack on you, though, because actually it's gonna gore you on its tusks.
Oh god.
Ow.
You don't have a good time, man.
No.
It hits. You need to invest in something like a cloak of minor displacement or a ring of blink. Okay, it hits you with its gore attack, and it does 3, 6 plus 13. It does 20 damage
Okay.
as you get gored.
Ow. That ow.
It is now Mozgaz. You delay your turn. It is now Lalara.
Did we get the damage from the what's her face?
Oh yeah, Alexander.
yeah, man.
Yes.
Who do you attack? The mammoth or the rider?
The rider.
Okay. Oh, roll an attack roll on the rider.
Okay.
You do actually hit because he's denied his. Yeah. You hit.
And so I just
Roll sneak
just
attack
with
damage.
my main.
It is
I
a
don't-
sneak attack because he cannot see you. So it'll be like 1d4 plus 9 plus 5d6.
Yeah.
And then you have to choose what debilitation he gets. Does his AC go down more? Is he unable to? Oh, equals 5d6.
This is. Yay.
Yay. Okay. You do 34 damage to it. It's now bleeding for 5. And what debilitation do you do on it? Of the 3. Movement doesn't help. Isn't going to negatively affect it. Because it's riding on a mammoth. As you decide that,
Yeah.
Chelsea, you can do. Oh yeah. I need you to also roll a reflex save there, Alexandra.
Yeah.
As the tree you're in explodes.
That sounds like a good time.
As mammoth bursts through. So much mammoth. You take no damage as you effectively, invisibly somersault to the bottom of the tree. Or the bottom of what was a tree. It is now. Yeah. Chelsea, what are you going to do?
I think I'm gonna do ice tomb on the big old mammoth.
On the mammoth, okay. What save does that target?
It targets. Hold on. Icy prison. Hold on.
I think Icy Prison is reflex. Yes, you don't want to try fortitude on such a big
Because I
mammoth.
have the major hex as an ice tomb.
Yes, but Icy Prison is different.
I'm gonna do the hex,
Okay,
and that does a different. No, I don't
that
think.
one.
I don't think they get a reflex on it, or whatever. They don't get a.
They definitely get a save on the
Save.
Icy Tomb X.
Oh, I'm looking
Ice
at
tomb.
prehensile hair for some reason.
It's a fortitude save. Whereas the Icy
Yeah.
Prison Pathfinder is a reflex save.
Are you playing with the reflex one?
Do I?
Well,
Something that big is likely not going to have a good reflex save.
Okay. Well, then I guess I'll do the
Icy
icy
prison.
prison.
yeah, the bigger you are, you
Oh.
actually get less dex. You actually get minuses to your dex.
It fails, so it actually gets covered in a solid 10-inch thick
What
ice.
happens to the writer?
I'm going to say that the writer is forced off of it.
Oh, that's
I'm gonna disoriented is the thing I'm giving it.
Okay, and which does that do?
Disoriented takes -2 penalty on all attack rolls.
Oh, which is now -4 and -8 total against you.
Yeah.
Okay. If the creature fails its save, it is helpless and can still breathe. Targets. Oh no. It takes 10 points of cold damage each round. Okay, so the creature is currently icy imprisoned and
Well-
it takes 10 points of damage.
That's fucking great. You neutralized one of the biggest enemies.
I'm good.
It can try to break itself free with a strength check, but
CC.
it has to. It is CC. Alexandra, it is your turn. The elephant you're right beside is now fully encased in ice. There's a giant on top of it. A bit concerned. Who also has no axe and is now disoriented.
Is there a way that I can
I think
climb
he's having a worse day than me.
Roll an acrobatics check to jump onto the back. Jump up on the mammoth's back.
I'm like recreating that scene from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
are. You're just legless.
Woo.
You quickly jump climb onto the mammoth's back. You can roll an attack on the giant.
Okay. Guys. I'm actually
Roll to
going-
confirm.
Ooh.
the critical.
What's happening?
Oh, because you successfully hit it, but your weapon, if you roll 15, 16, 17, 18, or sorry, from 15 to 20. Oh, look, you can either take the critical for yourself, or the next person who hits the giant gets an automatic critical.
Man.
Give it to the next person.
Okay, roll your normal damage plus sneak attack as you jump up onto the mammoth's back, using footholds in the ice with your kookaries.
Ian, I like how you're like, I don't really know anything about Kingdom Hearts, but I at least know that part.
It's meme-tastic, you know. Plus 32 more damage to the giant. Ah. This giant is getting his shit knocked out.
We come into his house.
I mean,
Fuck
honestly,
him up.
what are the chances that in this entire just Arctic area, there can't be that many giants walking around, but we happen to land within like 50 meters of one?
I guess we're
Because
just
you had such a terrible mishap.
No, we're lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a life experience we're gonna tell our kids about one day.
I remember the one. I don't trust teleportation magic. I remember the one time I did.
But
I
that
ended up
mammoth
in the
meat-
Arctic having to fight a mammoth. 3 mammoths, and one was bigger than a house. With an angry frost giant. Okay, it is Mammoth 1. So lower mammoth.
Frosty, you rolled very poorly on initiative, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yep.
well, yeah.
Oh well.
This mammoth goes and moves up and tries to attack Tiamos.
Bring it.
As you wish. It's gonna try to slam you and then stomp you twice.
Ow.
It gets a full attack. But don't worry, you'll get a full attack after this.
If you're alive.
If I'm alive.
Why is this guy on our team again?
Oh.
1 hit, and then
You can't
one of the
fly.
stomps. What is your armor class?
26.
26?
Ah.
Also, I'm just kidding.
Is that
Someone
with the
needs
haste?
to tell our story when we win. And that's going to
Is
be this
26
guy.
with the haste or without the haste?
Did you add the +1 that haste gives
Yeah.
you already?
Damn.
Sadness. So you get hit by a slam and a stomp, but one of them misses. I'm looking for the higher goals. 10 damage from the slam, and 9 damage from the stomp.
Okay.
But remember, you also get fast healing from your rage. I think it's fast healing 4. Yeah.
3, I think.
Okay, fast healing
Yeah.
3. Well, it is now your turn, Tiamos, and then it is Mozga's and Prince.
And
Try and mess up that frost giant.
Oh, you're gonna take the hit. Okay.
Now, you can, if you do a 5-foot step,
Yeah.
you can hit the mammoth that just messed you up. I don't think you can actually hit that frost giant.
He's too high up. He's on
He's
a
too high up.
huge, or he's on a gigantic mammoth.
Yeah. But you
I'll
can
just-
mess up that one mammoth who messed
I'll mess up the one mammoth with Vital Strike.
You have a full attack. You should actually use that. Because you get an extra attack on your full attack with haste.
Yeah.
What's Vital
But you
Strike?
can. you instead of doing with a standard action, you do one attack that does double your weapon's base damage,
Oh.
and then add all your strength stuff. But I think you would actually get 3 attacks on this mammoth.
Yeah,
Full
I
attack.
do. Okay, I'll do that then. So I'll do...
We're all getting getting used to these characters. So feel free to tell me to shut the fuck up. But
Oh, those are good numbers.
Then I get one more full.
at 20. Hit.
Nice.
You hit
Woo.
3 times.
Nice.
So roll your damage, and I will start the turn of Mozgus and pals.
Mm-hmm. Where to?
Moscus simply
Oh,
points.
when you finally have your strength, you actually do.
That's
some.
crazy damage.
You do 103 damage to the mammoth. It is really hurting.
What? Jeez.
Are you? Oh,
I'm not leaving him behind. I just can't drag him with me.
yeah.
Now we're going after the big one? I figured the little one would be the...
No, because I want
But
to make use of
there's
that.
a guaranteed crit on that on that frost giant.
So I
That's
will
true.
attack first. My bird will
With
attack
the
second. You will attack third. That okay?
Okay.
So let me do my first attack. So this is Moscus. Is that a hit?
Why, yes. On a debilitated, bleeding giant on top of a frozen man.
So it's times 5 instead of times 3?
Yep.
Damage.
Jeez.
And then bird. That's a hit.
I assume you're all hitting the giant.
Yes. Or I'm hitting me and my bird are hitting the giant.
Alright, I might take a swipe at the other one, but we'll see how the giant's still alive.
That 43 is a grapple check.
Oh god.
I
rolled poorly, but
So, let me describe the event that happened. The giant screams as a blade hits into several arteries and leaves it vulnerable. Your lance smashes into its opened, gaping mouth and drives a lance through the back of its throat as your bird claws its midsection and picks it off of the mammoth. The giant is dead.
sick.
Nice.
The bird will continue to carry the
and you're-
corpse.
You can do an attack on the mammoth as it carries by.
How many icons can we move at the same time and have it still make sense?
Okay, I'm gonna roll my attack on the little mammoth. That's probably a hit.
Yep.
Nice. I'm surprised.
Okay.
These things don't have the best AC. They just have a lot of hit points and hit for
I
trouble.
was going to expend the spell in the spear. So 1d...
Is it Atash's hideous laughter?
No,
That'd be
Not right
That'd be great.
it's vampiric touch.
Okay.
Trying to make the spider laugh has taught me that that's probably not a good stabbing ability. Okay, where's my 20 plus, or 28 plus 7 plus... Casting 5d6. Hey, it's 23 again. And I get some amount of that as health temporarily. 7, 9.
Vampiric touch. Pathfinder.
I get 12 temporary health.
Nice.
Okay.
And can you float me? Just keep going a bit, like above the other tree.
Oh, and in regards to Ian's description of the thing,
There, yeah, good, perfect.
of what happened to the giant, there, it's brutal.
Brutal. It's
Finish.
hard to do death metal brutal when Bird is the Word is playing in the background. Wipeout. Oh wait, shit. I forgot to do the most important thing in the session. Okay. I know it's just not the same without it.
As long as we get our stats at the end of the entire game. Know how many people got first bloods, how many people came close to death, didn't die, that kind of stuff.
Hey,
I think
I've got
I
one of
win that
those.
one.
I've got 1 point in that field.
I had 2 HP, so I'm running low on that one.
Shit, we've had for a game that's only had like 5 combats, we've had like 3 near deaths.
Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons, high level
Including-
edition.
Including me on the very first.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit, yeah. Okay, actually, about like
Also,
6.
none of you are defensively based, so
Except my bird.
except for your bird. Alexander, actually, with that.
It's kind of hard to focus on the game with such sweet grooves.
Okay. This mammoth starts going towards TMO species, literally the only one
Oh
left on the
god.
battlefield.
We're coming around.
But it does not. It cannot charge B as that's blocked by the.
The icicle. That is another elephant.
With that the icicle, that is the other elephant. The other actually, the other elephant will go on the final bit of the turn. It's the big giant. The big mammoth. It's gonna try to break free from the icy prison that it's been put in. Dun, 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 dun.
Now if it just needs a strength check, it should be
It
pretty
actually
easy.
fails.
Wow.
It needs 25 because it's 15 plus the caster level.
Nice.
Good shit.
So you actually see the ice cracking a bit, but it's actually the mammoth is still imprisoned.
So we
So now it is time for Chelsea.
I think I'm just gonna throw a snowball at a mammoth's face.
Their touch AC is abysmal. It will definitely work. So which one are you going to throw it at? The one that's been really damaged, the icy imprisoned one, or the one that's going to try to fuck up TMOs?
focus fire.
The one that's damaged. See if I can throw a snowball at it to to kill it.
Snowball fight! Man, The Hustle is such a good song, but it might not be a good song for D&D combat.
What? No. Best song.
5d6. Do you want me to roll
I'll
anything?
roll
before that?
1d20 plus your ranged attack roll. Which is probably something like a 1d20 plus 5.
My ranged attack.
Yeah, it's a ranged touch attack.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't remember doing this last time I did it, so I'm a little
You did.
confused.
So it's actually, because you have haste, it's a 1d20 plus 6.
Oh, I see it. Ranged. Okay.
Oh.
I didn't do very well.
What is a mammoth's touch AC?
I mean my
Its touch AC is 8.
Oh my
So
god.
Wow.
That's why casters can get away with having almost nothing.
Jesus.
Oh, actually, I should. We'll do some holiday music for this. Roll your damage. Okay, 15 damage on the wounded Oliphant. No, mammoth. It gets entangled. Wait, no, it has to roll. Snowball.
Is that a reflex?
It's a fortitude for a partial save. Must do a fortitude save or be staggered. What's the save DC on this? It's a level 1 snowball. It's
Save
likely
DC is
to
19.
pass. Hey, it has a chance to fail. Oh, I'm getting some roll lag. It
Fails.
fails. It's staggered. It can only do a move or a standard action
Wow, you just saved
next
him.
turn. Yeah, it'll be as a full attack cycle
Thank
4
you.
attacks.
A little snowball dinks him in the head, and he just. What?
Alexandra, it is your
Yes.
turn.
Okay.
Now, you could actually just do a full attack on this helpless mammoth.
Wouldn't she have to get through the ice?
She can get through the ice.
I guess then I can, go full Legolas and then slide down its head.
Still only counts as one.
So, roll your 5 attacks.
Jeez, okay.
Because you're hasted and you get 2 from your main and 2 from your off.
Okay, let's do this.
So 3 attacks get to be at your maximum. Oh, look, it's helpless. You're hurt. Yeah. You have it flanked. So roll 3 at plus 18, which you've already rolled 1 of, and 2 at plus 13.
Does this make me a monster?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Roll the 2 at 13. This pain train don't stop here.
More hustle.
More hustle. More bustle.
Okay.
Roll the plus 13 again, because that might be a critical hit. It is. So, for our own sanity, roll your damage. The 1 is going to come in at the end of the turn as you try to slide off the front of it like glass.
Okay.
So, you can do /R space bracket 1d4. I can write this at 1d4 plus 9 and bracket times 5 plus 5d6. It's actually bracket 5d6. Remember bed mass, my friends. Times 4.
So,
That
and
just look at this formula in awe. Once it finally rolls.
oh god.
Wow, that's a lot of damage though.
Dun, 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 dun. As you
Your own vocalizations and the music were very out of sync just then.
Oh, that's okay. It's into sync with mine. So, to the rest of you, you just hear ice break, a mammoth's cry, and a geyser of blood come out of its back.
Bloodborne.
As the mammoth takes one of... Oh, it's actually... It's not dead, but it very much wishes it was.
Give it another 6 seconds.
The geyser of blood combined with the slick ice actually causes you to fall off.
Oh no.
And as it breaks free from the now cracked ice, it gives you a stomp. I need you to roll reflex save as it's going to accidentally trample you.
Okay.
You get trampled. Da da da. Bam ba da da. Okay. So this is 2d6 plus 20. You take whatever that damage is. Is the rolling the dice take is lagging. You take 29 damage, Ceremonus.
Okay.
You get stampled by a foot that is bigger than you are. From a 35-foot tall mammoth. You're now deeply imprinted into the snow. Almost cartoonishly so. It
I'm kinda
is
hurting.
It is Mammoth 1. It's going to do a singular attack at Tiamos. It's going to try to stomp you. It has a 50% chance of hitting you because you have AC 10. But I don't know what it's going to do. Now, it hits. It's plus 5.
Oh.
You take
that's not
10
bad.
damage.
Okay.
But it is also now time for your turn, Tiamos. You have
Alright.
two nasty big mammoths, but you're pretty sure that if you divide your 3 attacks amongst them, you might be able to take down both.
Okay.
If you roll lucky.
I will try to do that.
Whoa.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
No.
Roll to confirm your 2 crits.
That's great.
Okay.
That's the fucking
Tiamos
best.
is annoyed. He's angry that the universe keeps hitting him. And he's going to hit the universe back. You confirm both your criticals.
That's the
That's your
non-critical
normal
one.
hit.
Where's my that? Hold on just a second.
So it's actually times 3 damage because you have an Earthbreaker.
Yeah. Do I not have a rage one? Oh, okay.
I'm definitely assuming your power attack.
Yes. All the time. Okay. I'm just gonna do this the hard way.
Remember, you can either just double the variables or put brackets around it, and then
Yeah.
star 2 or star 3 at the end. I just want to see, just for your own masturbatory nature, how much damage you do. Well,
Oh.
Mozga's and the prince and the bird should consider attacking the top mammoth. He's the other. So why don't you start your turns while he futzes
They're playing
about
room.
formula.
That's one.
An entire word.
Oh, damn. You just switched them. That's great.
So, your first hit caves. Your first non-critical hit caves in the mammoth below you head, and then you switch to the now ice shard-ridden mammoth, and you just scream, hit your battle gong, smash its head into oblivion, hit your battle gong again, and smash the remnants of its head into further oblivion. As you overkill it by approximately 130 hit points.
Jesus.
You are covered in warm mammoth blood. I have effect for this.
And not long ago, we were complaining about the cold.
Perfect.
In their blood.
Okay, so Mozgas, I'm assuming that you did 50 damage, 48 damage to that mammoth, and then your bird picked it up.
Yes, that crit is the pickup.
Okay, how big is a mammoth? Like, how much does it weigh? Don't look it up. I'm just gonna say what the Pathfinder
No,
thing
no,
says.
that's fine. I mean, that is a good question if it could lift it, but
That's like good quality blood smear there.
yeah.
Got an artist in the room.
I am a goddamn saint and artist and the most humble person you'll fucking meet. Does it not actually tell me?
Most things don't give weight values, which is frustrating when you're on a giant bird.
You know what I'm going to do? How much does a mammoth weigh?
Just keep a list of things you can't lift and go from there.
Yeah, but very soon that list is gonna not exist.
Well, yeah, so you have that list, and it's like maybe a page long, and then as you progress, like a castle,
How many
scratch that off the
pounds
list.
is 6 tons?
That's 1,200.
12,000.
12,000. Medium load for my bird is 22,000.
Isn't this... Oh, wait, which... Oh, we're picking up the tiny one. Gotcha.
Yeah.
The big one is like 4
8
times
times that.
weight.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah, 8 times. Yeah,
8
that's how
times.
it's size.
Double the
Size
width,
things.
height, and length. We have 3-dimensional features.
You stab the other mammoth, and then your bird picks it up. Frosty, you can do an attack while on the mammoth back.
I already did the attack earlier, the 10 damage,
Okay.
26 to hit. I think that works.
Okay, yeah.
It's not too impressive, but you know, it's.
But now
mine.
the mammoth is getting a bit of I can show you the world.
All right.
Beautiful, sparkling, shining.
There's 15 more damage.
Tell
as
me,
well.
mammoth. When was the last time you left
went
the
to-
ground behind? A whole new world.
If we want to fast forward, the
We can
bird's
fast
the
forward.
bird's just gonna go up for a turn and then drop it.
The mammoth die. Let's see how much damage.
I
Does
mean,
the
that's some
fall
soft
do?
snow, hopefully.
I mean, we'll stab it again before we drop it, but we'll drop it.
Yeah. And your bird can, if you spend a turn just flying, you can move 160 feet up.
Plus 30 from the haste.
Yeah, plus 30. No, plus 60 from the haste because I calculated that as a double move.
Oh, right.
So,
Couldn't the
you're
bird
doing-
technically run up?
you do 20d6 damage as you drop the mammoth.
There we go.
And the mammoth,
Thunk. It also leaves a cartoonish imprint in the snow.
Yeah.
So how much do you think mammoth meat sells for?
well, you have a lot of it. Shock T comes out of the bag of holding, wondering what was happening. Then looks at all the snow and death and just goes back into the bag of holding.
Like snap, like, oh dang, missed it. Missed
Looks
all
like
the
we don't
excitement.
have to eat Jimmy.
You know, I think that why don't we so are you guys actually gonna harvest these mammoths?
Well, those tusks might be worth something, and who knows what's on that
True enough.
dead giant that's pierced
Roll
into the tree.
people can either roll survival or knowledge nature to help out this. Does any of you have survival?
I do.
I have knowledge nature.
I have not by much, but I have it.
Tiamos did it.
2.
Hey, you
I
roll a
can
20.
try.
Well, if you have 2 ranks in knowledge nature with your intelligence, that's like a +10.
No, in survival. That's my survival.
Oh, in survival.
Apparently, I have survival for whatever reason.
Okay, I'm gonna roll to see if this happens to be a noble. A noble giant. What does my 13 tell me?
If it was noble, it's now dead.
Okay,
So,
that's informative.
you don't know enough about giant culture or language to be able to tell if it's a noble. As if you loot the giant, as you take away the tusks of the mammoths, probably prepare giant mammoth steaks. Also, your bird just starts eating a mammoth.
Oh yeah.
Sounds about right.
You find that on the giant. Okay.
That's two gigantic tusks. That's actually pretty good.
It is actually quite nice.
Welcome to the ivory trade. We should
Yeah.
just stayed up here.
We should set up a base.
Snake.
Yes.
Roll a 1d12. $11. Okay. Roll a 1d100.
Oh boy.
Randomized. loot
That's
table.
okay. Did it have like a magic artifact on it or some bullshit?
Hey, look, it's the scepter of the Phoenix cult.
It was on him the whole time.
That was the
Okay.
explosion of blood. It was actually the fiery explosion. The mammoth was
Anyone who can, when you find a slender silver bracelet that looks way too small for this giant, there's still part of a rotting arm attached to it. People who want to can roll a spellcraft checks to identify it.
Ooh, I can do that.
It's almost like you're a magic item expert. It's fantastic.
No.
No,
Wait, what did you say? Spellcraft?
spellcraft. And also, people who can roll a knowledge nature on it to identify the types of flowers.
Boom, sucker! I'll
Wow.
be right back.
Great. I can't wait to tell her about what she found.
She's
You don't know what type of flowers are on
Oh no.
it. They look kind of pretty. Nature wasn't your really thing. You're more of an urban.
Do I know?
Yeah.
Or no?
Did you beat a 20? Yes,
I
you
got
did. They're Acadia, Opossum, and Bilberry, symbolizing concealment, treachery, and falsehood.
Huh.
I'm going to wait till Chelsea's back to say.
This sounds super familiar, so I think I read about this recently, meta-wise. But I'm curious what it is.
And well, if treachery and deceit
So,
sound familiar, that's probably me.
These bracers, your character finds out, are actually a bracelet of Seducer's Bane,
Yeah.
or Seducer's Bane bracelet. It gives a +5 competence bonus on sense motive checks and a +5 resistance
That's why I know
bonus
it, because I was looking
on
up
will
sense motive.
saves against enchantment effects.
No.
If the wearer makes a successful will save against an enchantment, the caster of the spell incorrectly senses the effect has succeeded.
Yes!
And
Oh.
additionally, if the bracer's wearer knows an enchantment targeted him in the enchantment source, Seducer's Bane creates an aura on the will on it visible on its wielder, effectively pretending that you were. However, if the bracelet's wearer attacks the caster or its allies, or otherwise fails to act in a way that shows that they're actually enchanted, it's not that effective. So I'm going to put this link into the Roll20. So that is what the bracelet was. I've put in Roll20 so you guys can look.
Can I
Yay!
Can I have that?
Sure, I guess.
I don't know. You guys have to decide how these magic items
I
get.
want to stack my
divided.
sense motive.
You have enough. It's okay. You
No,
don't
I
it.
need more.
No, don't even worry about it.
I'll have +30 if I get that. But I mean, it's up to you guys. We can also sell it. So
You can
We
sell it. It
might
has
wanna
a
sell
pretty
it.
penny.
I don't know though.
It's also specifically works against everything Frosty does. So,
Yeah, I could tell because he was like, no.
it's literally called Seducer's Bane.
Yeah,
So-
like my character is like half of my skills are seducer something, so
This is
it's
the time I love random loot because it's like, wow, what a coincidence. That's exactly what I was looking at.
I actually did roll exactly randomly.
Yeah.
On this.
damn, that's hard to believe.
I rolled high
But
on
I asked,
the loot
I asked
table.
him to roll.
I need to roll my own sense motive to see if Ian is.
Let's see if I'm just a liar and a cheat. So, elephants are down. You guys harvest the ivory. I guess so. None of you really have. I guess one of you could roll an appraise, but otherwise they're just gonna have to get to civilization to see how much the tusks are worth.
I figure we harvest enough meat for like rations.
I don't know how many of you actually still eat.
The bird can
Me?
carry a
I
lot.
anyway.
The meat never bothered you.
Just tell me how many pounds of select mammoth meat we get out of this.
Each mammoth, the smaller mammoths are 6 tons, because
Yeah,
the
but
biggest
there's
mammoth
bones and
is
skin and...
an ungodly weight. Oh God, what the... 8 times?
like
It's
the,
24 tons.
where's the bacon of the mammoth world? Like those are the pieces we.
You guys have at least, assuming that there's 1 ton each of mammoth meat that is actually select, with like 1/6 of the mammoth. I'm gonna say that there's 8 tons of prime mammoth meat.
Okay.
Holy shit, that's a lot.
There's a lot of mammoth. Also, your saddlebags are gonna smell like meat.
I need more So I only have saddlebags that can carry up to 400 pounds at the moment.
Okay,
But
so
I did buy 500 feet of rope, so we could basically just strap it to the
you can strap it to the bird and then put the bird in your chest.
Right. As long as the bird can physically
Nice.
hold it, it will work with that spell.
Wow.
Ow.
So how many tons was that again that I'm strapping?
8.
8. Okay. 8. Oh, so wait, 8 tons? So that's
8 tons.
16,000. Okay, it's still good.
Your bird is like, uh, your bird looks a little concerned as you guys just like cut up. You guys spend like probably several hours cutting up the mammoth meat.
Well, in this time, I'm sure the prince is starting a fire because the desert people don't do well in the Arctic. Even though it is kind of still a desert, it's just a much colder one.
Cold desert. Yeah, you guys start a fire, presumably away, while people with probably Saruman with her super deadly serrated knives. You guys cut your way. You guys cut a lot of mammoth. You strap it to the bird in a bit of a haphazard fashion, and then the bird disappears into the armor of, well, Mozgus's armor. By this point, Shakti and Jimmy have come out of the bag of holding and are by the fire. Jimmy is trying to cook a piece of mammoth on the fire. As he takes a bite, he says, "Tough."
Shall we try to teleport again?
Okay.
But I
kind of-
think I think I only did.
You only prepared one, so you guys have to rest. So
That's fine.
Kelsey rests for it like 3 hours while you guys cut mammoth to regain her spells.
Around this time during the rest, I suppose Snake would have a reasonable chance to ask that pressing question that's been getting ignored for the past, like, 2.5 sessions.
That depends. Can I have that bracelet or not?
Well, that's a
Team.
good question.
Not Ian, but team. Can I have that bracelet?
I say we should give it to you.
Yeah, sure.
I don't cur.
Yay.
Yay! Thank you.
So Snake, keep a running tally that you had like 10,000. It's worth 900, like 9,900.
Jesus. Okay.
It gives a lot of bonuses.
Yeah, it does.
It also combines items, which is why it combines different types of bonuses.
I actually, when I looked at it originally, I said, "Wow, that's not worth the money," but it's cool. But getting for free, that's something.
Yeah, so the next items should be distributed
Yes.
to others. So, yes, rest happens. So, you do get the Seducer's Bane bracelet.
So Moscus would say, "So," and he adjusts his bracelet a little bit. I feel like we've never really had a face-to-face talk. Never really spoke man to man.
He says as
That's
the
what
bird
happens.
picks at the mammoth behind.
There's always spies, but I think right here we might have a good safe spot to talk. What's on your mind?
How are you still alive with us?
You see, royalty and Ruha have it a bit hard. If I didn't pick up some tricks along the way, I wouldn't be anywhere.
See, that's not actually a very good answer. I mean, all I've seen you do is stab a couple things. But then for some reason, people were falling down laughing and not attacking you as soon as they should have been. and it just seems suspicious.
All right. Let's give you a little bit of my history. As you know, the deserts of Ruha and this empire were at war not long ago. Your empire sent thousands of troops into the desert and returned with not a single kill to their name and too many deaths to count. Until one day a dashing young prince of Ruha arrived at your front door with terms of surrender and his brother's head in a box. That's me. I'm the Kingslayer, the exile. But not exactly. You see, in this world there's a thing called enchantment magic. The common folk call it mind control. An agent of your court infiltrated my home at some point before the war, and with nothing more than a few words and gestures, took everything from me. At the time, I didn't even know what had happened. No memory of who told me or when, or even what I'd been told. Until one day, in a normal conversation, I killed my brother. The reason I know it was a member of your court is that I tracked him down. It's also the reason that the man couldn't stop laughing. See, the enchanter's powers weren't his own. It was the power of a ring. And that ring, I'm the one wearing it now.
Okay,
I had that written down, by the way.
That's good. I
That
like
was
it.
fantastic. So roll a bluff and roll a sense motive.
Oh, what else does this thing do?
Oh,
God
my.
damn it! Okay, let's see. Yeah, I guess I just nothing happens. Wow, that's an interesting
Oh my
story.
God. Sorry. I'm a little bit late to the party, but that's great.
It's a tale I don't tell too often in the court because it does involve admitting to murder, but hey, I think we're
I
past the
think we're
point
in
of
good
that.
company here with the field of dead mammoth.
We've been through more than that, and we need to trust each other absolutely. Am I right?
Oh, he would also be doing discern. He would pull all the stops out for this.
Okay, that was with Silver Tongue on, which means discern lies wouldn't work.
You have to beat a caster level check to actually see if discern lines even works on him.
What would I roll for that? Just 1d20 plus 9?
Yep. You
14.
do not
I needed a
succeed.
19.
It seems like it actually. It seems like it took effect. It doesn't actually.
Ruha!
Just for all your efforts, it seems like he's actually telling the truth, and it's a bit more believable than him just being really lucky.
That's true.
And he did come to court with his brother with a head in the box. It was rather
With the
public.
head in the box.
There's a lot of truth.
What's in the box? Sorry. That's okay. I'll lighten him a bit.
The hustle's perfect because I'm hustling him.
Do it.
Well, all right. Someday I will catch him in the act.
But
Not today.
what does your character actually respond to that story? Like,
Oh,
you
Mozgus-
honestly believe him?
Mozga
Yeah,
says,
Mozga
"Oh,
says.
wow! I had never heard that part of the story before. I am aware of you coming to court with your brother's head in a box, and I had assumed you had done it yourself on purpose, as did
Nope.
many of the tales tell."
No, see, I don't tell people often because it makes me seem more the hero if I'm the one who stopped the war. But no, not my idea. Nobody fucks with my family.
Well,
That's actually true.
I can
Yeah,
smell.
it's true. Nobody fucks with his family.
Well, that's because most of them are dead. Let us get back to the fire. I feel the mammoth meat is almost done cooking.
Jimmy, it turns out, is not a bad cook.
Oh.
Has
Wow.
actually made mammoth meat skewers.
I'm surprised.
It turns out that the only passion Jimmy has is cooking. And even then, he's middling at it. He is skill-focused cooking.
Yeah, maybe one day I'll have him work the restaurant, the at the bar. Also, I'm
At the
going with
bar.
the exile's dream because it sounds appropriately mopey and sad.
Oh, that is so cutting edge.
I know.
So as you rest, you guys can try to teleport again. So, Chelsea,
Yep.
could you roll another D100
Oh
as you
yeah.
guys try to get to the town?
100, 100, 100, 100.
Oh my god, shut up.
I want to completely derail the campaign. Do it. Oh!
Oh.
Hell,
Why-
hell,
why
hell,
is this-
hell.
Why is this so like? Isn't this something that I should be good at?
Teleportation.
Teleporting to a place you've never been is
I thought we were teleporting to the nearest place we had been and flying there.
well. Let's
That
get
was my
back to
plan anyway.
That's a technicality. Shut up.
You know what? I think you just decided to go to the westernmost town that you knew from the capital,
Okay.
just because you don't want to risk another mishap.
God damn it, I wanted another mishap.
I mean, we can vote. I don't
Go
have any
further
problem.
north.
We just keep going north.
Hey, we end up in the pseudo-Europe area.
Eventually, we'll meet Jon Snow.
And the White Walkers.
The wall is kind of the mountains, is my thought. We're way past that now.
Yeah, let's just fight in a different campaign. White Walkers,
So-
well, we have magic and adamantium.
You know
It's
what?
fine.
I'm gonna say you've seen Casualty, a place you've seen more than once, but which you are not familiar with. Which means that the 87 is actually on target because you need 88 or more.
Oh, good. That's fine.
I'm ready to do so in like 5 minutes. So, you guys end up at the Hidden Valley town. Or like a day's left west of the Hidden Valley town. You then fly there because at this point the teleportation's a little teleporting back's super easy. You're very familiar. It's a 97% chance that you're on target. So, as you fly into the town, you see it. It's a bright town. There's lots. The houses aren't too colorful, but there's lots of banners and I guess cheerful colors on people's clothing. Are you gonna come like fly directly into town on the Big Bird, or are you gonna demount and walk in without Big Bird?
Mozgus, are we trying to have a low profile? I don't think so.
But you also scare the shit out of small towns by riding it on a giant fucking bird.
And he kind of likes that.
Okay.
So I think they just fly in. I mean, now they know that anyone who's paying attention will know the people associated with him, and therefore associated with the bird, and won't fuck with anyone. So that's kind of
Yeah.
a plus.
So you guys fly to the edge of the town and then dismount. You see an old man sitting at the edge of town. He sees your giant colorful bird and your giant sacks of mammoth meat. And he goes, "Well, howdy there, stranger." What brings you to this little slice of paradise?
Selling meat.
I see you have a lot of it. You'll find people here have a taste for. Oh, that looks like mammoth meat. Still have a bit of the mammoth on it. He points towards some fur. You must have gone beyond the mountains to have that. Oh, just as a little warning, they're currently rehearsing for the blacksmith's lament. So he says, any of you musical?
Yes.
Nah.
Okay. Well, it's good if at least one of you can join in. He pulls out some sheets. Music. Says, what kind of musical are you?
Percussion.
Ah. Okay, he flips through. Any talent for singing or only just bang?
Mostly
Go on.
mostly just the percussion. I can tell a
Okay.
story.
Well, can't we all? He picks up a sheet and he gives it to you. And he says, if you can help, you'll notice that the song might be going as you come in. It's the little things we do for great town of Cadell. Cadell.
Thank you.
Well, we want to keep the drama up, the gossip flowing, and the coffers flowing as well. I assume none of you are traveling thespians. Because you can't actually apply to the academy just by walking up. You have to go through the process.
No, we are not traveling actors.
No.
Okay, are any of you aspiring traveling actors? There's a difference.
No.
Okay. Oh? That's you. That's your character. It's a bit.
It's a very gentle voiced, nice old man. We're looking
Like
for.
detect magic or sense motive, or he's too nice.
I mean,
Well, I figure Snake's doing that constantly, but
I could do a sense motive, sure.
Sure.
Do a sense motive every time Frosty talks.
I mean, technically, he would be, but it's too complicated for us to do that every time.
yeah. I mean, like you could also every time I cast a spell, you could roll and like in combat, but then I would just stop casting spells in combat because people are giving me weird looks, and no one wants that.
Well, law of large numbers, eventually you'd fuck up and I'd not fuck
Oh
up.
yeah, eventually you're gonna get it. That's for sure. I'm just trying to delay that.
The man seems on the level. He's just seems like it's his job to be the greeter and kind of sorter before people come into town.
I would also do a detect alignment. Do I have? Yeah.
Which alignment do you
I
try
can
to
detect anything that isn't new. It tells me if they're anything other than neutral.
Do they get a save? Or?
I don't think so.
Sense alignment.
It's an Inquisitor ability, not a spell. It's an ability. Alignment.
Detect alignment.
Oh, I can detect chaos, evil, good, or law.
So what do you want to detect?
Evil.
You don't sense any evil.
Good.
You sense some good.
Chaos.
Yes, chaos as well.
Law.
No law.
Okay, so chaotic good. That doesn't. I don't know if my character knows anything about what that would mean, other than he probably just does that to check people.
Okay. The old man's like, I think you should stop waving your hand at me. It's mighty polite. Especially if you ain't gonna come in and sing.
We could give you some mammoth meat.
Yeah, I'd be down.
We'll give you some for free if you show us around.
Sure. So he starts showing you around town. As you actually see, like, you see the people, like, just kind of off. There's a river that goes through the town. It's mainly houses and huts. It's actually rather warm in this valley compared to the rest of Cram. And you actually, though the roofs still have like white birch on it, so it almost looks like it's snowing, even if it isn't. He starts showing you around you, and you actually see, like, evidently the person who's supposed to be the blacksmith, like, going down the town and singing. It's almost like one of the Disney movies where people, like, the townsfolk break in, like, people pretty much spontaneously break into dance and song and music as, like, whoever the main character of the song comes down, and you hear, like, people doing, like, little bits of percussion on things they have, and you see hidden in an alleyway or two, like, people with, like, violins and string instruments.
Okay, there's
Hidden
no
out of
interview. This isn't the dragon, like, wanting to live in a frickin' High School Musical.
The blacksmith character is approaching your position. Do you duck into a side area, or do you try to join in the song?
Is that just for Tiamos?
Oh, it's for the whole team. You
Don't
have
think I'll
to
break into
decide.
song.
I will or by drum.
Okay, so roll perform percussion to join in as everyone else ducks into an alley.
Oh wait, no, the prince is gonna dance along.
I mean, I don't think Mosgus is gonna. Holy shit!
So the prince starts joining the dancing townsfolk as the blacksmith comes in. And Tiamos just starts perfectly, like, with the gong, just does a improvisation that just sends a ripper through the actors, who then, like, incorporate it after half a second of thought. And you guys go on. Your old man guide, who was singing, but, like, sings near the back of the crowd and then blends back in with you, says, "Good work there.
Thanks.
I say it's mighty fine when outsiders actually follow some of the traditions that this town has."
How did these traditions come about exactly?
Oh, we're mostly thespians here. We play act a village. Pretty much everyone here is an actor.
So,
Actually, you look, and everyone is, like, startlingly, like physically striking, be it ugly or beautiful, or, like, everyone in this town has at least 14 crews.
how do you feed yourselves then?
Well, we run an academy that helps feed the town, and our great patron occasionally comes in and helps.
Yeah.
If we do well, and we create some juicy gossip for him, he helps the town move along. We've never had people actually try to raid us, and when we did, he came down, smoked them. Sometimes he likes walking around the village and in humanoid form, so we treat every stranger with respect
Yeah.
until they prove they ain't doing anything to be respectful.
Okay, so meta-wise, weak NPCs, they don't generally detect auras. This guy's got to be the dragon. But not meta-wise, we got no idea. I don't think we have any detect dragon spells.
But I think here is where I'm going to here's where I'm going to stop it, because it is like 10:05. As for your question, Snake,
Yes.
you detected exactly what you're supposed to detect.
Okay.
So, no worries. I read the rules.
Okay. Just making sure.
So, welcome to the Disneyfied. Welcome to Disneyfied Town.
Uh-oh.
It's literally a town created to make a dragon happy. A stupidly powerful dragon. CR19.
Oh God.
We
We can
fought
take
harder.
it.
We have fought harder.
Not in this game.
Not in this
And not
game.
with these characters.
Quick, let's sub out our other characters for a second.
Woo!
Dead in a turn. We did it. Sub back. We're fine.
Okay.
What's its
But-
will save? Oh yeah, just
I'll see how people are free next week, Alexandra. I assume you are lost to the CNE.
Goodbye.
Yeah, next week it'd be